you guys, it's me, Dr. Torie. My book is officially out. And yes, it is time to talk about ACEs. You guys can find the books everywhere. However, I would encourage you guys to go to my website, Be VicTORIEus.com, and place your order today. Yes, it's time to talk about ACEs. Let's go, y'all. Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Be Victorious. You all know who I am. It's Dr. Victorious, the one that creates victory in others through ACEs education. And let me share about this guest that I have. It's actually a pleasure and honor to have her here. I have been knowing her for quite a while. I was introduced to her. She has been in pursuit of her degree. She received her degree. She came to the conference. When I tell you, I have not been able to get in contact with this woman ever since. She is busy. Everybody else in the community that snatched her up, grabbing her, taking her. And guess what? I love it because she deserves it. When I tell you she is a cycle breaker, she is. If you look up the description, she's sitting right there with her son. Sharay, my girl, where are you at? Yeah, you like
I'm
that?
right here.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. I knew you like that, baby. Straight from the heart.
Thank
You
you.
are God sent to me. And people have to understand and know when you are walking in faith and you are walking with purpose, you will find gems and jewels. And when I tell you, gem and a jewel, this is Sharay Thomas.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your devotion to this mission of ACEs and bringing it to communities that look like us and even those that don't. I appreciate the work that you do. So I'm just honored to be around you in your presence, in your circle.
Thank you so much. I think it's been an amazing thing because, we're both walking in purpose. And you guys, she's an author. I mean, when I mean author, she is doing her thing. She has an amazing book. She has a book that can help us heal. There are so many wonderful gems about her, but before we begin, you talked about something valuable. We do have a commonality, which is an ACEs score. What's your
Yes.
ACEs score?
My ACEs score is a 7.
Interesting. Do you let that score define you?
Absolutely not. I let it make me more aware and it
Mm.
lets me know where to start.
And she, of course, knows about the ACE method, y'all. She's been doing her thing. So you
Yes,
got
yes.
questions. We just gonna go through what we need to do. Of course, you know this podcast has been a valuable educational tool. But what you all do not know, you are looking at a veteran. And when I
Absolutely.
tell you, people don't know that. They place veterans with males and they don't know. But as an African American female, which branch?
U.S. Navy. So I did the Navy for,
Interesting.
yes, 4 years active, 2 years reserve.
Wonderful. Would you like to share some of the good experiences?
Love the Navy, love the water, love the community. I did face a lot of isms when it came to being a Black woman in a male dominant space.
Mhm.
Surprisingly, the average sailor is a male, but they're doing a great job of changing that. So
Right.
sometimes encountering people and I'm their first everything. So having to have that stigma of I'm the first woman they've encountered, first Black woman in uniform on their side of town. So it was challenging, but it let me know that there needs to be more representation, especially in leadership.
Hmm. Hmm. Is there any particular reason why you left? Was it a good thing, bad thing? Tell us.
You know what? I feel like a cat living 9 lives. So once I did my service, I did my time. The current ship that I was on was getting forward deployed, which means completely shifting their port to Spain, and they were going to be there for a long time. And with that being said, I felt like there was some work for me to do stateside. I felt a big calling on my life, thus chaplaincy, but I felt like it was time to shift gears from serving my country to serving God.
Come on. And that is why we are here, you guys. Let me tell you.
Lattes with Lisa had her first. And let me tell you, they have I knew it would work because
Yeah,
the you all are a force. And I think that's what I love the most because when y'all get together, it's like, oh, but I think that's the where we're needed in regards to ACEs. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely.
we can actually have this conversation everywhere. And in
Yeah,
the faith-based community right now, I think it's really needed. And that's the reason why you're so valuable. That's the reason why there's so many things, you guys got to understand. There's nothing wrong with having ACEs, but there's also nothing wrong for accepting it because this is
absolutely.
this is really helping us heal.
Yes.
So you talked about it and we talked about ACEs and we know that you know about it, but where did you first find out about ACEs?
Ooh, I want to say you. I want to say being introduced to you and then
Really?
saying, oh, I need to do my homework. It was hearing your name, finding out what you did. And before I met you, I needed to get your book. I needed to read up on it. I needed to take the test because I was like, okay, ACEs, ABC, like it's another, like it's a couple letters. But then once I realized what it was, and then I looked at my nieces and nephews, and then I looked at my baby boy, and I said, all right. So
Yay!
I was already doing the inner work, healing that and doing the childhood work that I needed to do. I
Right.
didn't know it had a name.
Right. Me neither. So I think
Yeah.
that's what it was for me.
Yep.
Everybody always say childhood trauma or this or
Yeah.
this. I didn't know that there was a medical term to it. So when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, I want to
Yes.
learn more about it. So I respect that because I think that's the thing.
Yes.
It's not discussed in our community. It's normalized. And it's normalized because I don't think people know about it. And once people learn and find out about it, it's like, aha, come here.
Yeah.
So that's why we're needed. And I'm saying
Yes.
we're because I would have never thought. I think that's a valuable thing to share. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing
Yes.
that because you took that initiative. And when you came to me, you was aces down already. Like, yep,
I gotta do
aces,
my
aces,
work.
aces, aces. I was like, oh, okay, well, look, I got something for you. I'll put you to work immediately. I did,
Yes.
y'all. I did.
Yes.
Because you got to think about it when it comes to ACEs and just veterans in general. So it was like you were, perfect for what I was trying to do, of course, as you can tell, because you've been doing the work ever since.
Yes. On fire. On fire. And the only reason why is because I realized that that's the root. A lot of times we're going to therapy and doing all the work and doing the shadow work and doing the journaling because we're trying to fight the fruit of our tree that's based in childhood trauma. And
Mm,
if you don't address it and say that this actually happened and then start getting some accountability to the ones who are your tribe and your circle for that and being able to speak about it, I think that you can't even really start healing. You're going to forever chop the fruit of trauma forever if you do not
exactly.
address ACEs.
So, okay, you guys, time out. We did meet. She just admitted this is new to me. I'm trying to take it all in too. Dr. Williams. But when I tell you the journey that she's been on since this, I can't take that credit at all. I think this serves as a purpose for understanding you guys that resource is the book. It's good. I keep
Yes.
trying to tell y'all it's good. And here it is. This young lady just admitted it. I didn't pay you. But I did provide a platform for you to share your story and share your
Yes.
story with others. And that platform has opened up for you. I think the surprise for me, and I will share, was the book. Hold on. We're going to talk about it. But look at the past 6 months. But you're doing God's work.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Wow.
took, yeah, I had some other plans in mind, but it was very pressing that I started to address ACEs even within my own family. And then also just making sure that communities that protect, that raise, that teach children are aware. that at a young age you can be broken, and then you're working with broken pieces, and then you're molding on top of broken pieces, and then you're adding theology on top of broken pieces. So I was like, wait, everybody stop. Let
Yeah.
me tell you about aces.
Yes. And I think that's me. Because
Yes.
guess what? Everybody be like, well, I mean, Torie. Well, I can't help it when it's a part of everyday discussions that we need to be having everywhere. You
Yeah,
can make sense of it if you know about it. I mean,
absolutely.
y'all, she's sitting here humble. I look up one minute, she's here, Nami, and doing stuff in the at the hospital. I mean, doing your thing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is it. You in this with us for real.
It is almost like a thread. It's like a thread that's just been, it's always been there, but you just let me know, like, no, it goes further, and it goes further. So yeah, I'm locked in. I'm an ACEs advocate, ambassador, Be Victorious. Yeah, I'm all there 100%.
And this is so humbling. Because this is what we are doing, you guys. Our
Yeah.
community is so strong. It's too many of us, let's be clear. It's a lot of us. I'm not trying to be in competition with nobody at all. I'm here to help people heal. I'm here to help people learn. So what I'm saying is join us because this is
Yes.
what you have been doing.
Yes.
So let's dive in. So you said you've been talking to your family about it.
Yes.
Did this open up some things for family and talk to your inner child this way because you know about it?
Uh, no. I
Interesting.
mean, it opened up the conversation, like, everyone is aware
Hmm.
of my childhood trauma because it affected everyone around me in a way.
Hmm.
And I'll share the story when you're ready for me to share it.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
my ACEs really started when I was 12 years old, and my dad committed suicide. So my mom was a single mom of three, and my dad was like her best friend.
Wow.
So watching her heartbreak and then experiencing my own first heartbreak, it impacted everything. It probably impacted how she mothered. It probably impacted her daily life, but there was no conversation around it.
Right.
And we didn't know how to articulate grief. We didn't have the steps. We didn't have the support, the community. My mom's single with three kids. So guess what we did? We went to church. We went to church on Sunday 2 times. We went on
Mhm.
Wednesday for Bible study. We did all the things because that was the resource. That was the community that she had. And I honor her for that because you did
Yeah.
what you knew best and you put us
Yeah.
in safe spaces. Granted, the religious space that we were in, they also didn't have the material, the counseling, the things that churches have now. So it was
Right.
kind of like this happened to Sharay, but she's strong, she's tough. I've outlived it. So I never had a conversation with how it impacted me with my sister, my
Right.
brother, or even my mom. We
Right.
never revisited that conversation after the funeral.
Wow. And that's important. So what I heard was you all, and you probably haven't grieved the passing of your father.
Yeah.
And so I think this is what I love about awareness and the understanding of ACEs, because you just realized all of this. But learning this, has it helped as far as your healing journey?
Yes, it has helped tremendously. It's helped me to kind of dig up that final weed that I was just like, why is this so triggering? Or why is this authority in this? Why is this so triggering? Okay, I got it now. But most importantly, as a chaplain, it makes me a better communicator and healer, like conduit of others, because I might not be talking to a grown man or a grown woman. I might be talking to someone who was hurt at 12 and never grew out of it. So I'm more empathetic, I'm more compassionate and tender when
Hmm.
I'm meeting strangers because I don't know where their ACEs is or if they have it or if they're
Right.
still living through it. So,
You said something very valuable that your dad was your mom's best friend. And just to have that experience, you know what I mean? And she
yeah,
hasn't processed or dealt with it.
yeah,
That's the thing that people have to understand. Grief is real.
yeah,
I'm grateful for knowing how ACEs works and the understanding and the awareness because I've had to grieve a divorce. We don't think that that's a divorce, but when you think about it, it's gone. It's no
Yeah.
more. It's no longer. So I share in your sentiments when I say it, you have to understand those things to know what it is to help you heal. So I'm
Absolutely.
thankful and grateful that you do know. I'm grateful that you know about ACEs,
Yes.
because who knows what have your life has changed within these past 6 months, but can
Yes.
you see the difference? And I'm really asking, like, this is good. Can you see the difference?
Yes, it makes me more compassionate to the narrative of children now. So when I see them or I'm in spaces with them or their parents, it's more so their parents, like,
Yeah.
let's be mindful, like that we're creating a conducive environment where people feel seen and heard so that they can communicate with you or so that you can even realize that there's a difference that has happened
Mm-hmm.
and there needs to be follow-up questions
Mm-hmm.
and support. So it makes me more an advocate for children, like, hey, let's take care of our kids and anything that I do I'm like, okay, and this is for the kids.
Right.
And this
Right.
is to educate the kids, and this
Right.
is to educate the parents about the kids.
Because we don't want them to grow up, no shade. We don't want them to grow up like us. We didn't have
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
We didn't. We didn't. They didn't even have a name for it. We didn't know
Yeah.
how to deal with the stuff. We didn't know. I'll
Absolutely.
share this example. Me and I have teenagers, and I've
Mhm.
been battling with that 13-year-old, and it's not a bad thing. It's us growing up and learning each other. And um, she didn't have a great day at school today, but I always ask my girls how their day was. But I had a plan for Corey because Corey has been Coreying. And so I knew that she was upset when I seen her when I came home because her face was flustered. I thought it was because, I tore up her room. I keep telling her to clean up her room. But something told me to ask. And that's one thing we don't do is ask. And I always ask. I ask her, close the door. Everything okay? And she was like, I didn't have a good day today. So I'm ready to go into her like, what you mean you ain't had no good day today? And she said, my friend had a seizure. Ah!
Wow. That's an event.
Her mother has seizures. So I think that triggered her and made her very sensitive. But you said something. We have to start listening to our children because we don't want them to experience these things or not even having that chance to express how they feel.
Absolutely.
And it changed my whole paradigm because I was ready. I was ready, like ready to get on her.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I was able to ask, but just imagine, like you said, parents.
Yeah.
What if we could do that?
It would be pretty important. I think we would empower people to use their voices. I don't know where we got the thought that silence is a badge. But I really feel like being in a household where you don't get to ask questions, you never get to experience emotional intelligence to its fullest. Because now people are asking you questions and you don't know where to go. You just tell them what they want to hear, or you try to pivot out of it, which is something that I did because I didn't know that I could ask questions. Or when it comes to dating, asking the right questions so that you can vet someone properly. Because living in a household where you're told this is how it is, don't ask me no questions. And then going into the military where you show enough ain't asking no questions, it can mold you into someone who's silent and very people pleasing.
And people pleasing is a part of, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, I think that's why I hold ACEs in high regard because it does answer the question. Now, we're going through something different with the awareness of ACEs because, of course, our awareness community and empowerment is truly growing. And people want to learn more and they want to do more. You have people that are asking, well, there's other different types of abuse out there, but why isn't it recognized? Well, let's talk about it. Because in the military,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that your experience was different than others.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot going on in the military.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
PTSD is real. I've talked to people that have linked ACEs and PTSD. And I think that's, again, the reason why we have to understand how important it is. Don't be defined by your number. Know that that's an awareness tool that can help you.
Yeah,
Because people to this day, it's like, nah, I love my um, brother. I have a brother, Army, and a dad that's Marine. But when I mean PTSD, it'd be easier to hear from somebody else instead of hearing it from me.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's almost like I don't want to share that. Maybe it's like my vulnerability. I've been vulnerable before and I've been broken in that vulnerability. It's almost a shameful. It's almost, especially as a man, it's almost shameful. It's just like I have been vulnerable, aka by age. But we're made into adults so early where it's just like it's almost shame to be vulnerable.
Right.
And then when you do get taken advantage of or you experience trauma, it's just like it's shame pretty much. That's the biggest word I can find is shame.
Right. And it's unfortunate. I mean, it's happening, but it's not a bad thing, and people have to understand when we experiencing these things. I know, my father, I talk about him in my book.
Mhm.
He was 16 in the military and left when his mom passed away.
Wow.
So 16 passed away military in the 70s when you can join the military at 16. And that's when they were still warring and all that other stuff. Oh man. And I love him so much. He's so sweet. I am him. But I had to break that generational curse, that generational
Absolutely.
trauma. Because that's a lot within itself. And I think that awareness is helped me heal, but helping him go through that thing, he's not gonna do it. And I think that's one thing that I had to learn. Um, you know, our parents have illnesses that have been untreated because they didn't have the tools that we have now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
It's
you're in hospitals
yes.
and you are what I call clergy.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that experience?
Initially I started during COVID, so it was a very eye-opening experience when the height of COVID, everyone was sick, there was no contact. So that was traumatic all in itself. But to be in the hospital and every bed is full, and I'm trying to get education of how to support people during this time, how to give comfort, how to be there in presence if I had no words for them. It was very unique, but over these past 5 years, working as a chaplain it's been great. Sometimes it's a little bit different because I'm a little bit younger than my peers and a little bit more colorful than my peers as a chaplain. But what I do is spiritual care,
Right,
and our spirits have no color or age. They're just there. So doing that in spaces where I don't look like everyone, I don't sound like everyone. It is different. I walk into patients' rooms and they're like, I'm looking for a chaplain. I'm like, I am the chaplain. They're like, how old are you, girl? Or can I get a priest? You know what I'm saying? Like you're a woman on top of that. Like I don't even believe in that.
right,
And yeah, so I just got to shake that off real fast because I'm just like, I can't let that deter me from the mission. I can't
exactly.
let my ACEs number deter me from the mission. I just build on that because I have to find my metron of people. I have to find my segment of people who I'm supposed to minister to.
Right,
And whoever, rejects it, it's just like that's, you just weren't that person to receive today. So
right.
it's definitely different, but I love it. It's exciting. I wish I could do it more often. Plan on doing it for a long time, but chaplaincy is awesome.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think it's honorable. You know what I mean? You that woman, and it's not anything bad at it. I think it's unique just off of the strength of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
other than that, I think you're a blessing. And
Thank
what
you.
people have to understand, as we have a lot in common, as you guys may not know, but this single motherhood,
Oh
you're
yeah.
definitely a superhero. How
Yeah.
has your experience been with your son?
Oh man. So when I was 6 months pregnant, I decided to do a post-grad certification to be a pastoral counselor at Loyola. And it was the simple fact where I was like, I need to be healed on the fast track because I'm about to have a baby and I want to be his counselor. I want to be emotionally healed to a place where he could tell me, Mommy, I didn't like that. I did.
Right.
And me being emotionally regulated,
Mm-hmm.
like that was a big deal to me. So I sat in this class, stomach out, and I was just like, I'm ready to learn. I graduated from seminary, went right into Loyola, and I
Wow.
learned. I learned a little bit of psychology, counseling, spirituality, but I used all those tools so that I could be somewhat healed, going through going through whatever it was I was going through during that time, but still saying I have to be accountable and responsible for how I do discipleship. And I don't think parents know the first person you'll ever disciple is your child. How
Wow.
they think, how they pray, if they pray. So praying over my womb even then, and then seeing him now
Right.
and seeing that I took myself out of situations that made me emotionally unstable
Right.
so that he could be stable, so that he was birthed in happiness, joy, and peace.
Right.
And now when I see him, he's full of happiness, joy, and peace. And I'm like, and that started in vitro. That started in my stomach and it will
Yeah.
continue. So having a child, being aware of ACEs and being a mom, it's been challenging, but I
Mm-hmm.
have all the tools.
Yep.
I
I
got all the
think
tools.
that's what it is for me. Because
Yeah,
people ask now, like, how are you doing this? Like, they see Dr. Torie, it's like, okay, cool. But then when they see the pictures of the girls, they're like, oh, I thought you had a husband. No.
yeah,
And these three this is motivation for me to keep
yes,
doing what I'm doing. It actually
yes,
started with my firstborn. Love her to death. When I tell you, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, baby, I put books. You went back to school, so did I. I went and got that master's. I went and got that MBA. So people
yes.
see the educator aspect of it. People don't know that I got my master's of business administration first. Surprise.
Wow.
So that's the reason why when I stepped out on faith, I was like, okay, Lord, I'm leaning on you for real. You gave me all these degrees. Let's do something with it. And here we are. But when
Yes.
I tell you she's a boss, BOSS, she down at U of H running it. And I love it because it's something different when you want the generational cycle to stop.
Yeah.
All that stops here with me. Let's be clear. I'm not okay with what has happened.
Yeah.
Of course, not understanding ACEs, there's that fear, but I live in household dysfunction. I grew up in
Yeah.
household dysfunction. That's what it was. So, as much as I was trying to keep the family guided and together and things of that nature because of the church, no, 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 boo boo.
Yeah.
My priority is these three.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I think understanding ACEs is what made me move. That's what made me start making the decisions and thinking about things. So
Yeah.
I
Making
applaud
better.
you. Oh,
Yeah. Making
absolutely.
better decisions. Yeah.
Yes, because why? Like your son. Like I'm happy to see him because he's always smiling. He's always happy. But
Yeah.
people ask us, like, so why are your kids so happier? Do y'all know it really could have been worse?
Yeah.
I think it's the awareness. I think
Yeah.
it's us being parents and having the conversations and listening to our kids.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
to applaud you on that.
Thank you.
Let's get into this book, though.
Okay.
Let's get into this book because I'm very pleased. You pulled this one on me. And when I tell you, yeah, I love this, though, because it's for us.
Mhm.
Tell us about the book.
So meditation and reflection to combat anxiety and depression literally was I was pretty much voluntold to write that in the midst of a fiery situation of my own. Last year I was diagnosed with postpartum and
Mhm,
PTSD from my military service.
mhm.
And I didn't know what to do with that. It probably made me spiral out even more in the sense it's just like, how have I been functioning all this time and not realizing that that was a trigger or not realizing that that's what was going on. So for me, depression can happen to anyone. And I want people to know that whether you're a theologian, a pastor, a veteran, a chaplain, you could know all the things, but when that heaviness hits you or you feel trapped or hopeless, I promise you, I couldn't think of a scripture. I would pray. I would call my mom. I would call my sister. I would spend so much time praying and trying. I was a yoga instructor for 8 years. All the meditation, all the thisness, I tried to find it. And for some reason, it didn't feel like I was strong enough to make a move or to make a mindful decision. So I compiled everything my mom prayed over me, every scripture I wrote down over and over again, every prophetic word and good word that I heard on YouTube when I had time to breastfeed and stuff like that, still dealing with postpartum while I was trying to make a marriage work, breastfeeding, going through this, my world felt like it was crumbling, but I was like, I can't imagine someone going through this and not being in their right mind. I can't imagine you going through transition or just going through changes and not having a mom to say, Mom, pray with me, or having a sister saying, come here and let me take care of you and let me love you back to life. And after I got out of that spout, 2 months of, being in a loving environment, postpartum gone, baby weight dropped, feeling brand new, finished my pastoral certification, had the energy to write the book, had the energy to start the nonprofit later. I did all the things because I found strength in getting back to my roots, which is like your mind is so powerful. And if you're not meditating on the things that are lovely, things that are good, the things that are righteous, just, if you're not focused on that, your inner thoughts will devour you.
Right.
And you need a little word, a little inspiration. You need something to hold on to, especially if you're in a space or in an environment where you have no support.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have no truth around you to combat the negative lies that we tell ourselves. You're not enough. You're not a good mom. You're this, you're that. That conversation, you need something to combat it. And it's
Right.
the truth. It's positivity. It's affirmation. It's a declaration of
Mm.
who you're going to be. And I just put it together in a book and I was like, all right, Lord, all right, I'm done with this. Like, here you go.
Mm.
But it
Yes,
was
it
really like a peace offering and a love offering from that season of pain, and saying that the very thing that tried to shame me,
mm.
because I did get shamed for having postpartum, I did get shamed and still being shamed,
Well,
but
oh,
I've used it as a platform to stand on and to yell, but God still can. He can still
okay.
use you. He can still heal you. He can still keep you. And he can also make you a conduit for others to be healed. So, my mental health was something that stemmed from losing my father and not being able to verbalize that. And
Wow.
then going through those experiences with armor on that was not properly made
Wow.
with the right foundation. So, I use my pain, that very secret that I wouldn't share with anyone, that man, I'm struggling bad, but let me smile or let me pray harder or let me do all the things. It's now a platform for me to communicate. This can happen. It's a state, it's a season, but it's not your life. It's not your identity. Your number's not your identity. The depression is not your identity. So I use it now as a like, you can't shame me.
Right.
and
Right.
and I pray that other people are uplifted, and when they're in low places, they don't feel shame.
This is what I got to tell y'all. Let me pause right here. If y'all want to come into a community that's healing, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You guys,
Mhm.
mark your calendar already for April of 2026. Because when I tell you, she got robbed. She
It's all
we
right.
was we ate so much at the conference that
Full.
it was just too it was a lot. I learned so much from that though. But I'm
Yes.
telling you, you first up in line for this conference in Dallas because
Ready to go.
listen to what you just dropped. Listen, people have to understand that the experiences that you go through will help you, but they're the best experiences because it helps you learn. You know
Yeah.
what to do and what not to do. You
Yeah.
know how to go to the next step, and you know what to do in order to move forward. And let's
Absolutely.
be clear, I brag, I do, because the Lord has brought me some wonderful people. All jokes aside, though, like look at how your life has progressed since, and it's all about understanding who you are. You already had everything, you had already had this thing going, but this awareness of ACEs has. Girl, I've been trying to get in contact with, I mean, just checking on you. Hey, Just make sure you alive.
Yes, I've
And you'll
been.
be everywhere. It's humbling to see. You guys have to understand this is real. This isn't anything that we're doing. This isn't anything. I'm not, listen, because your journey is, I mean, when I mean thriving,
Yeah.
I mean, you pushed out books, you got jobs, you did this. I'm just speaking. I'm like, I can't keep up with her at all. But
Yeah.
this is how our community was built. And
Yeah.
it is growing because we want to heal and we want to help others.
Yes.
So let me share with you how valuable you are if you did not know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That book is going to help. Like you been listen, I'm telling you, with this I'm just blessed because that book is going to help somebody. It has already helped
Yeah.
people. This I'm late to the party, y'all. You have to understand. She gave me my accolades. I appreciate. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But this is what it looks like, you all. This is what ACE's education looks like. This is what mentorship looks like. This is what transformational leadership looks like. You got to have people in your circle that's and surround you with people of validation, with trust, with people that are going to support you. And it's a simple call. Hey, checking on you. Hey, making sure you're okay.
Much
Hey,
needed.
you keep going.
Yeah. And you came right on time. I think we first talked in the winter, maybe February. I felt like
Yeah,
we talked early in the year just trying to connect.
we
But when
did.
I say having a woman pop up in your life, and it was more than just your accolades, it was your attitude. And you
Thank you.
currently overcoming in the process of
Yes.
making the world better, where I was just like, you know what? Okay.
This
I can't not do anything because she's doing it. I can't just sit here and let life happen to me. I can't just be aware just and keep it to myself. So you coming along and you just shining your light, telling your story and being fearless and saying, you know what, and we finna launch the conference. I'm just like, all right,
Yeah, come
this
on.
is real.
And
This is real.
we've been together ever since, y'all.
Yeah.
So you all
Yeah.
have to understand where it is. There are people out here, you guys. We are superheroes. We are cycle breakers. That is the reason why we are having this episode. You guys have to understand the added value of wanting to heal. If you want to heal, you will heal. You got to know that this is what you want. You have to have the patience, the kindness, the goodness, and the faithfulness to know that it's going to happen, especially when you want to do it. Understand, I cannot make this up. All of this just happened.
Back.
I can't
Yeah.
make it up. Like I
Yeah.
can't. This is your story. This is what you guys would call positive experiences that have happened, which are needed to help us heal. This
Yeah.
book is not just for her, it's for us because I know that she's not alone in her journey. That's the reason why we got this podcast. And
Yeah.
I love when people make reference. I have to make reference to Lisa because that's how I found out. You didn't tell me. I found out on Lisa's Lattes with Lisa. I'm like, she wrote a book. But I remember you talking to me about that.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think what happened was when we had the conference, it just pew, pew,
Yeah.
and then you just started on your journey because
Yeah.
even being a representative from NAMI, I'm like, God, Lee, slow
Yeah.
down, Sharay.
It was just opportunity after opportunity, but it was me seeking impact. It's just like I'm not necessarily the type of person that's looking for clout, or it's more
Yeah,
like the desire to be significant so that when you do open your mouth, it is making a difference versus just making noise to make noise. So I just
right.
knew that the more I told my story, the more healing I received because the secret broke the shame.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. And that's what it is for me. The feedback from the conference, it was like, I mean, Dr. T had me in rooms with doctors and stuff. And I'm like, what makes y'all think that y'all can't be in rooms
yeah.
with
Yeah.
doctors? And then the doctors and lawyers was like, dang, you got a tight bond with your students. They not students.
Yeah.
These are adults
Doing the work.
doing the work. That's not me. That's
Yeah.
just who I am. And I'm grateful for that because I know for a fact this is the reason why we are here. We are here to here to help
Yeah,
others heal.
absolutely.
And I thank you so much for joining me. You've been stuck with me ever since. It's love. I'll be there this weekend too. So I'll see.
Oh, great. Okay.
Um, I am speaking for Chicago State's 20th anniversary of the doctoral program. And
Oh
again,
my goodness.
I couldn't say no. As much as I love Chicago, right now,
It's a little chilly. Make sure you got your
very
big coat.
I will. Got it. But I cannot wait to see you and hug you and see you.
Yes.
Let people know where you are.
I'm in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Crystal
Interesting.
Lake, Illinois,
That's still
McHenry
a part.
County.
It's still a part
Yep.
of the suburbs of Chicago. It's
Yes, Illinois.
okay. We'll
Yes.
come visit Crystal Lake. But where
Yes.
can I find you on social media?
You can find me under Sharay on Instagram. You can find me under Facebook as Sharay Rochelle. And also you can email me, Miss Thomas SL at gmail.com. But all of my information is on my social media as well. So you can send me an email, you can send me a shout out. I'll reach back out to you. I'm a wealth of opportunity, knowledge, and
Yes,
encouragement. So,
yes.
whatever you want, just shoot it my way.
And,
I answer
and
pretty quick.
And trust me, she's value. When I tell you I need her, like you all have caught on already who's a part of the team and how I rock. Yup, I have to because I have to make sure that there are people that just not know how to take care of themselves when they heal, know that we're going through this journey together. So when somebody say, "Hey, I think I need that prayer," I know I can reach out and say,
Oh,
"Hey, let me go ahead and call my sister because I
yeah.
know my sister can do that for me." So when I tell y'all be Victorious Foundation is it, baby. We have a powerful community. Our ACEs ambassadors ain't kids, these are grown people. We're out here to change lives, you guys. So let me tell you, you will see us more and more because our community is growing. And I thank you. Finally,
I know.
it's
I'm
hard to
changed.
share, but I share because you are added value.
Yes,
And of
ma'am.
course, I got to thank Lil Doggy. I have
Yes.
to because he mentions my names in rooms, and I
Yes.
appreciate that. I cannot say
Yes.
that he don't, but
Yes.
this is how powerful mentorship is for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This is how it's been, and it's humbling because I would not have met you, would have never met you if it wasn't for him. So I thank you so much for being here. I thank you
Yes.
for your spirit. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your trust. Because again, it's hard to meet people out here nowadays. You don't know what their agenda is. But I am
Yes.
so glad you are added value to our community. So thank you again for trusting me. Thank you
Thank
for being
you.
here. You guys, y'all see my sister. Y'all heard her. You all will see us together. Let's be clear. I cannot do this without her. So understand this is another wonderful episode of Be Victorious with Dr. Williams. We love
Yes.
you guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye
Thank
bye, you
you.
guys.